Spiral, 2 Jews, 2 mics, 2 hours, starting now.
You can see the injuries, right?
I can. If you'd like to address the elephant on your forehead.
I cannot not. It's not. I have to say this. I can't. There's no. I hate to come out of a bye week. See, the doctor said this would happen maybe forever.
Yeah.
First of all, there's been so many things that happened that the thing that happened where I fell down the street and almost broke my face.
Your story is very viable with the inch wide slash across the center of your forehead.
Plus, I sent Josh, first of all, Sue says, do you want to post this? And I said, oh, yeah, I want to post it. But what's the point, right? Is that maturity?
That's good. Did you post it? You did not post it. You just sent it to me. This was a picture of
Andy.
This is a picture of Andy in the ER, I'm guessing.
Yes.
ER waiting area.
ER waiting area.
Because you can see the bracelet he has on, the ID bracelet.
And the photographer is Susan. That's why it's a nice shot.
That's why you can see really the oozing from the scab.
Yes, she took many shots and made sure to get it.
It's weird that she took the photos that will be used against her in the elder abuse trial.
You laugh, but I'm planning that. You know how many people I've emailed just randomly? If anything happens to me, it's my wife Susan. Just like people I haven't even met in years.
All right, so let's get down to the accident report.
Okay, so but then we're not going to miss the back, right? But we'll start with the latest accident.
No, we'll get through all your kvetches, okay, old man? Old Jew Medical Corner.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have been falling for 10 years,
yes.
And I'm trying to see...
Most dramatically, backwards over a suitcase down an escalator.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. And my question to you is, that was during our show, right?
Yeah,
that I reported that?
Yes.
So is that about 10 years, you think?
Well, it's at least 7. We go back 7.
Okay. I had been falling before that.
And you had been falling before that, yeah.
I have miraculously, and what happened on the escalator was I just flipped over my luggage, right? And here's where I have to be confessional about it. I've fallen so many times that I've told nobody about. Many times.
I suspected that was the case. That you weren't reporting each fall just because you'd say, oh yeah, I'm still falling occasionally. Things like that.
Yes. And I think what happened to me on Friday could have happened to me other times if I wasn't a great. I even told the woman who found me, I said, I took acrobatics as a child, so I fall good. And she's calling my wife. Okay, so here I am. I'm walking
the woman
down,
who found me. Was there unconsciousness?
No.
All right.
But almost. So I'm walking down Ventura Boulevard, and here's exactly why it happened, and here's exactly, you can tell, a microcosm of my life. I'm walking, and I see that the light is green on Ventura, right? Like, it's my crosswalk is open, right?
Sure.
There's a way for me to get into it. It's not flashing. You just walk across it, but I can't. Why can't I do it? Why can't I do it? Because there's a person making a right turn, and there's always a person making a right turn, and they're right in the middle of the crosswalk. And if you are coming up from the right, you are going to get killed, and they want to kill you. So here's what I say. Here's what I always do. I avoid the traffic. I pretend to. What was that?
Dog.
Okay. I'm going to be the hero. This goes back to me at 10 years old or 9 years old. I'm going to scurry around like a little rabbit away. Yeah, you're blocking me, but I'm not going to make it a big deal. I'll have some little anger, and then I'll go skirt you this way, go around you in this. And of course, don't forget, I have to make sure no one's making a left now into the street.
Yeah.
Right?
Dangerous business, that.
It's a dangerous business, right? So I take my mind off of what I'm doing. The pavement, like the usual pavement, it just goes down, like as you're going, like whether it's into a crosswalk or whatever, it's sloped down.
Yeah.
My brain cannot compute that. My brain is unable to compute that. So I went, and because it became very important for me to cross through the first of all, I had to go through the intersection, and I had to hurry through it. I was on my way to CVS to get a higher dose.
Don't put an extra level of fucking who cares into this story.
Yeah, right. What I'm trying to say is I'm actually being sarcastic. I'm saying this is further sadness. This is further sad about me, right? I see so anyway, I go down hard. And here's what I feel. I feel my nose smash into the ground, and I feel blood. Uh-huh. Now the blood's coming. I had this in my left hand.
That'd be your phone.
That's cracked.
You can't quite see the crack the way you're shoving it into the camera like that. But
Well, I've never been good at showing things like this on the camera. Smash into the ground. My glasses. I mean, I don't know if it's God, although I've been thanking God a lot. But I went so that my head smashed on whatever it was. You can see the scratches on
the bridge of your nose. Yeah, you can see
but not the bridge of my nose, but on you can see where the glasses hit. There's scratches on the
can't quite make that out.
And then there's some scratches on the lenses too. And so then I hear a woman say, "Are you okay?" No, she's frightened. Right. Are you okay? And I say, No, I am not okay. So she comes around, and I say, does it look bad? She goes, it looks bad. It looks really bad. And so I go, okay, well, I want to see. It's like the things you think of when you hear people recall things and goes, oh, well, they seem to be enjoying it, or they seem to certainly, it's not the worst thing in the world. They're telling you what happened. In a little way, there is this way where there was blood, but I felt my nose go clink, but not my nose go clink.
Right.
So it may have even, as the Borscht Belt people would say, it may have corrected something even. But, so, I knew at that point that I didn't break my nose, but so I was kind of calmly looking at me with the reverse thing to see. And I said, oh, that does look bad. Yeah. And then I said, can you call my wife? And then she called Susan, and Susan doesn't usually answer the phone, and she answered the phone immediately. Thank goodness. And I'm like 6 blocks away from home, and just bleeding. And so anyway, so then Susan comes and gets me. And so, and I'm scared for her the whole time, because I know there's a lot going on here that I can talk about or not talk about. But the point is, I'm not being honest with myself about what this problem is. And, I also think you cannot start hating yourself. You just have to get the lesson. I can't start hating myself. What if and what? The truth is, thank God I didn't get injured at all. But so Susan takes me. We go to St. Here's what we do. We don't go to Sherman Oaks Hospital like you would do.
Just the once.
I'm just kidding. We go to St. Joe's. We go to St. John's and St. Joe's in Burbank. We know what we're doing. And I go into the emergency room there, and they did MRI on me, because when they saw me, they were like, they couldn't believe. It's not that they couldn't believe. I hate when people tell stories. They couldn't believe. They'd never seen anything like it.
It's the worst thing they've seen in the ER. Yeah,
in the ER in 65 years. But when I kept saying,
scraped up really, old man is like,
yeah, and this happened with Susan when she fell, and this happened with me. They go, when was your last tetanus shot? I start thinking, when exactly? No, I don't know. They're going to give me a tetanus shot, right? Unless it was yesterday, right. You should get a tetanus shot.
Right. No, it's actually just a mental acuity test.
Not so funny now. So, Susan was freaked out, and she was great, though. I mean, Susan was like unbelievably calm, but it's kind of like one of her fears is me getting hurt.
Sure.
Falling down.
You're leaving the house and you fall down a lot. Those are things to worry about while you're gone.
I know, but it's not. I never wanted to put it in such stark terms.
Yeah.
Because this is
So,
Yeah.
so is the upshot now that you're going to address this in a more serious way? Now that you've literally hit bottom?
Okay, well, there's two things I want to say about it. I was shaken up by it. And
Rightfully so, I would say.
So, and I've been shaken up by every day since then, kind of crying a little bit, whimpering. Not whimpering. Why can't I be like a man?
Is whimpering worse than crying in this case?
My back. No, but I've been, reliving in my mind the fall and how it could have been. I mean, I could have broke my fucking face.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how bad you can hurt your face, but if you
you could hurt it pretty bad on concrete.
Concrete.
Yeah.
Yes, and I want to thank them. Thank the city for having everything paved.
This is where being short is good because it's less far.
All of those things that you're saying are true, and everybody needs to know. Nobody needs to know, but what people I've explained what happens. Right. Once I start going, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
To break the fall.
Right.
You haven't
learned the tuck.
No. I mean, the whole weight of my body is going. I don't even know what you're talking about. It's literally 1/15 of a second. It seems like till when you hit the ground, right?
There's not really a lot of
time.
Because
I'm going like this, and then I'm all of a sudden splat, literally splat like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't taken. So I did get very sad over the last couple of days because I felt like I really should be smarter than the jokes you make about, hey, a guy goes to get a tuna fish sandwich and falls and dies. It happens all the time. People fall in their house. Elderly people fall in their house and they die.
Yes.
You're not supposed to fall. So I give lip service to this thing like I want to be the Fred Astaire of people who don't fall down in their 70s. Uh-huh. Doesn't get a laugh. Right. I realize it's not funny. And I also realize I'm not going on stage. So who do I think these jokes are for right now? So, but then and here's the thing. Here's why I can't get really mad at myself, because I know what motivates this. And what motivates this is, this is the last time you'll hear about it. You have a childhood wound like abandonment, rejection, neglect, whatever it is. So even if you are 67, when you see the intersection go, there's still a little bit of there's a little bit of great athletes like Michael Jordan don't panic first and then start to do their move, right? No, great athletes, they see what they're doing.
But they have context for their moves.
They have context for their moves. But I'm walking around, yes, but...
See, you're trying to put a physical circumstance, you're trying to wedge it into an emotional realm in a certain way.
No, I know what you're saying.
You're trying to find a character flaw that would account for this happening when the two aren't really related. No, but I do think the message is slow.
Here's the thing. I guess only in the sense that I want to heed. Everything you're saying is right. If I was making the argument you were making, it sounds like bullshit. But I just want to get the message to slow down without another fall. And I've been freaked out about it a little bit because I feel like I certainly can't walk like I was walking anymore. I could do the bike. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to physical therapy today. And tell the lady I fell.
She'll probably ask. So she'll probably go, "What happened?" She might say something like that when she.
Well, you should have seen the woman at the dry cleaner joke I did all day long. No one liked it. You should have seen the woman at the dry cleaner. I had to make that up on the spot.
Yeah.
See, because the joke goes like this. You should have seen the other guy.
Sure.
Right. I had to make it more.
Had to make it crazier.
Said the woman who was strangling me while I was strangling in the dry cleaner. So here is the thing.
But, the other thing I think that probably is happening, and I don't mean this as a dig, is that it's like a very geriatric thing to happen.
Yes, it's exactly right. It's pride. It's total pride, and that's just ridiculous after a while, because there are people you can't walk comfortably, and you can't walk. You don't walk as a rule because you have pain. I should be thankful I can walk. with no pain.
See, this is another thing I don't get
You
into.
see, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I
should
doing
be
now?
thankful. Right. See, I'm not grateful enough. This is
I know this is bad.
I do this with my wife sometimes too. Is like she can find any angle to get at herself.
Well, I do thank God that I never hurt myself when I flipped over the thing. It's thank you, universe.
I mean, it's not. You can, I would say yes. Be more mindful when you're out.
Yes,
always,
that's true.
always. That's a good thing.
Right.
But you were being mindful in the sense that you could anticipate what the bad driver turning right was going to do. You were seeing the whole playing field. So, but you have the extra thing of you fall down. You have a balance issue.
No, I'm in a rush. That's what I'm trying to stop.
See, but I don't. Yeah, but I don't. But,
you think it's just regular errand stuff?
Yeah, you're falling down. It's not It's not just people. Regular people in a rush don't fall down a lot. So there's both. What I'm saying is both can be true. Yes, you should probably stop rushing because it makes you less mindful, but you also have to deal with the central physical issue, which is not a psychological issue. Yeah.
Well, that's not anyway. Put aside getting mad at yourself. This is where we're like, I've caught up in my taxes. I can catch up with these other things too. I should go to. I've already been recommended for a test to see if I have peripheral neuropathy, which would be probably from type 2 diabetes related.
I have type 2 diabetes. I have it.
Oh yeah.
He's got it.
But it might not get worse if I'm controlled with my metformin and all that stuff.
Right.
So but I didn't go to get the test, which is a thing down in the Cedar, and they put pins in your thing,
I've had it.
Okay, what is that called? EMG or EMC or
EMG, I believe. And
does it hurt?
It hurts a little, yeah.
Oh, okay.
it's not like bone breaking pain, but it's substantial discomfort. I can't lie to you. It's highly unpleasant because they were trying to test the nerves in my legs, which turned out to be fine.
See, I'm not the only one. Who said you were the only one? What is wrong with you? How are you pairing yourself up? Did you fail comparisons? Did you fail empathy in school?
Sorry for my dog. It's
yeah. I don't. Do you want to check? I love to hear.
It's Allison's first day of school, so everyone's kind of riled up in the house right now.
I like when there's excitement in the house.
Oh, everything's changing.
But she, okay,
right.
So what? Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. This goes back to talking about the massive pain. So, but before that happened,
are we really going to spend the full half hour doing old medical corner?
No, we got to do the back thing. Just have to do the back thing.
Can we save it?
We'll save it. Okay, that's good. Wait, how will I know we remember it?
I promise it'll come up.
I don't even know what the topic was. Tell me what the topip was now.
Exactly.
Other examples of what?
I'm old and I fell. That was the topic so far. So much happened during the month we were gone. I just feel like there's so many topics we can cover that we have.
That's true. But I did my life coach joke. Was able to do my life coach joke again. Life coach, hack comedian.
At the ER? Where?
No. Yes, at the ER. Exactly. Because they said, what happened? And I said, I've fallen, but I can get up. I can get up. I did that joke in that context. Yeah, so let's go back over the thing.
When last we met...
Yeah, how long ago was it?
Kamala Harris had just become the presumptive nominee.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. First of all...
We've had Olympics. We've had a DNC. We had Tim Walz come along. We had a lot of shit happen while we were gone.
The Kamala Walz ticket has cheered... No, it's not cheered. It seems like you go, well, you shouldn't get... Yes, I should be cheered up. I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens November 5th. This has been the greatest couple of weeks I've had in America. Even the horrible media coverage... can't cheer me down.
That's good.
Horrible, ABC with.
But can you sustain it?
Yes, I believe. Here's what I believe. I believe it will be a landslide.
Ooh,
mostly a landslide. No. I'm not saying. Look, if people are listening to me I'm going to listen to him about whether to vote. And if he says it's in the bag, I'm not voting. No, I've been wrong before.
This is a man who can't cross the street, ladies and gentlemen.
I've been wrong before. In 2016, I was strutting like a peacock before the election because I was friends with these guys like John Lovett and the Favreau guy, and they told me it's going to be tight, but she'll win by 3 percentage points, which might have been true if Comey hadn't. I mean, you can't take anything out of the Jenga. Is it called Jenga? And you can't take anything out of that thing, and that thing wouldn't have won on its own.
I prefer
on its own, the Comey thing.
A hell broth more than a Jenga, but whatever. Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to be a landslide. I think it's going to be very close. But this is just like, if we're going back to the gratitude thing, it's just like I'm happy that there's actually going to be a fight.
And I think it's a great ticket.
And I do think she'll win, but I'm not like
landslide. No. I'm scared. When I say the more you can bet, the more excited I get about her winning is proportional to how scared I am of her losing.
Yeah.
So there's a whole hollow aspect to that.
Gotcha.
She's going to win big, but I don't have the feeling of 2006. Here's what we know: it's not like 2016.
It's not.
People know who this fucking. But the thing that scares me is that you always say like 48% or 47%, and so like she's not getting over 48% in polls, right? I don't know. I haven't looked at polls. She doesn't get 51%. I don't know.
No. I'm just
right.
No, I mean, I think it's sort of borne out is that my feeling is just like his number kind of stays the same.
Right. Right.
And it's never over 50 either. So, but I believe that it's basically capped. So the game is to get more people out.
Yeah, and certainly it's sad, and certainly the fact even one person shouldn't vote for him, and all that kind of stuff. But that's not the way it works, and we will win, and we'll get people out there, maybe. But the thing is, I know I feel better about what's going on. I'm excited about this ticket, and I'm excited about donating to people, and I don't know what I'm saying. I just I think what I'm saying is. When you feel confident like this, I guess it's just I was more blather about how it's different than 2016, and how it's different because of abortion, and there's so many issues that could impinge. So can you take out everything else I said? I mean the whole thing.
The whole thing. Andy, what happened to your forehead?
Oh my God! Have I got a story for you, Josh? First of all, why is the guy in the emergency room sticking something up my ass? This would be me if I was like a really dirty comic.
Still refining it.
Dirty comic. That would be sad if someone had to put that in their own ER story because it was boring.
Did I mention it was the emergency dentist?
People at home, unless you subscribe to YouTube, but the people at home don't normally, unless you're subscribed to the YouTube, they don't normally get to see your facial expressions. And I want to tell you something.
Well, on the bright side, they don't get to see your facial abrasions.
Oh, I don't know. There's a certain way you go like this with a Borscht Belt.
When the language is coming, the head follows.
Yeah, the head goes. There is a thing about how if puns were the only way that puns are funny normally is if you know that they're not funny in a way. Yeah. Is that true?
I don't know. That wasn't a pun, though, really.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm scared.
Are you at least you can convalesce while watching the U.S. Open this week?
Is that starting?
Yeah, today.
Oh my God, I'm in heaven. That's right. It's September. It's not September.
It's not September.
Don't you think? Here's another comment I'm going to make that just makes it. Didn't you feel like this was a weird month? Like you didn't know where the days were and it was going fast?
Because we didn't podcast. That's
right.
That's your only structure in life.
Didn't you feel that you needed more time off? Or didn't you feel, or were you like every week, I've got stuff to say. Where am I going to say it now?
Well,
not with that voice.
It was sort of the opposite in the sense of like, if we were doing shows, there sure would be shit to talk about. But
that's right.
But I was also
yes,
I enjoy the time off. I won't lie to you.
I watched the Democratic National Convention, and it was fantastic. I enjoyed it very much.
I did a lot of watching between the Olympics and the convention. I did a lot of watching in August.
Raphael Warnock, yes. That guy, you know what I'm saying? In the best sense of the word, knows how to work a room. In the best sense, not like Joe Rogan knows how to work a room. This guy knows how to work a room for good. Actually, I don't know if you've seen Rogan's last thing, but he doesn't really do that well.
His special?
I mean, he doesn't really do, it's not like people are roaring. He's kind of stumbling around and...
No, it seems the consensus, and I didn't watch the actual thing.
You have to.
But the consensus seems to be that he's a shitty comic still.
Yeah, he's worse. Because back in the old days when I really didn't like his act, he had all these sound effects and stuff. And he was a younger, good-looking guy, kind of a hot, if you like that kind of look, hot.
He wasn't.
So he was doing all these inappropriate
sex. Leaning on his imaginary gravitas. Yes.
And look, I don't normally engage in this kind of humor, but he didn't look like he was steroids on steroids. That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
And I know you told me when Carrot Top bulked up, you felt that his act did get better.
Well, it just made it easier to lift his act.
See, not according to John. So we do Sarno on another week, right?
What?
Should we do Sarno? Do we do the Sarno book on another week?
Whatever, I don't care. As long as if it's in the flow, that's fine. It seems like that's your agenda.
Okay, so here's my agenda:
the mind-body connection.
Okay, so here's what happened. I had the worst muscle pain I've ever had, and here's the thing: the only reason why I know it's terrible pain is when I check with you, because you are what's it called when you're like not sanguine, but you're not prone to ups and downs. You're not prone. I don't know how it has to do with pain.
Yeah.
But you have a certain calmness about you.
I'm not a little bitch, is really what you're saying.
That's right. So, what are we talking about now? I forgot what we're talking about.
Your back hurts.
My back. Right? So, I could compare with you, and I knew if you said it hurt, it hurt. And then I went on. I started to read the Sarno book. I wanted to read the Sarno. Here's what happened. I got such severe muscle spasms, I couldn't move. Or I could move, I couldn't walk. Or I could walk, but I couldn't sit down. And it was terrible.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I start to read this. I've always wanted to read the Sarno book. And I never have, because that's the story of my life. I heard that Sarno has a book. Then I hear someone go, it's controversial. I go, well, I should stay away from it, right? So I finally, but now that I listen to things on tape or whatever the hell you call it, it's like water under the thing, right? So I listen to Sarno, and the thing about it is, for my particular back problem, or people like my back problem, I think his book pretty much works, because I only worry about whether, did I just break my back? Did I crack something? Now I don't believe that I'm going to crack anything or that there's anything structurally wrong. Plus, I've had the diagnosis of muscle spasms in my lower lumbar as opposed to, what's the other one?
Like a
sciatica.
Right, or a ruptured disc.
Right.
Yeah.
So that has, and also that it happens when things are changing in your life. This is the mind-body thing, because maybe you've always understood this, but that you would be so, like, I paid off all my taxes, and I was like, I'm free. I'm not even paid off. I got money back. I'm free. I'm up to date. And then, I've never been happier in my life. And then all of a sudden, I'm like Woody Allen and Hannah and her sisters, and but I'm going to die anyway. So it's like, I know I confused you with something.
No, I'm still here.
I know.
I think you confused yourself.
I did.
Sarno. That's going to be our key word.
Okay, so Sarno, what his theory is, may be totally wrong. His theory is, and I think obviously a lot of things that he thought were right have not been proven, like the blood drains out of the thing. But he seemed to be saying that people who have rage, which I think I do have a lot of rage, and he calls it unconscious rage because he's a little too Freudian. But I think it's the body, it's whether I'm aware of the anxiety or not, my body is really giving me a signal that I'm dealing with unpleasant thoughts and stuff. And then, so, if you know that, then you don't. So since I now know that, whether it's right or wrong or exactly for the reasons, I can trace back to I thought my back in junior year of college, threw it out. I didn't do any labor in my life. I didn't do anything. I never lifted a thing. Right? All of a sudden something happened. I broke up with my girlfriend or whatever it is, but I didn't attach it to the emotional thing.
Yeah.
I thought I did liquid. That's when I did liquid speed, and all of a sudden I was paralyzed. And that story about listening to the Incredible String Band for 4 hours. But and then when I took Taekwondo, I didn't throw my back out anymore because I think I was moving enough to counteract any anxiety that might come. But since I'm stopped. Now it has started again, and it's always been fear or rushing or scrunching, and so now I don't think I'm cured, but because I know it could be horrible pain again. But I did get something from my doctor. I said I have horrible pain, hoping he'd give me Vicodin, but he didn't do it. I don't know if they make Vicodin, but he didn't do it.
No,
he gave me something like Tramadol.
Yeah. That's a muscle relaxant, which would make more sense for back spasms.
Shh! Don't tell him anything. So anyway, that's it. You know what? I think you're right. I think I overreached. I thought I've been doing the Sarno bit around my house the whole month of August.
Yeah, was there a bit here? I'm sorry.
Well, yes, because not that there's a bit, but that how much. Like, here's what I restrained myself. Because here's the thing, I feel like friends need to try and reach out to friends. So and I think that sometimes I'm like, you're having a great August, I'm having a great August. But then I turn my attention towards you. And so when I'm walking around town, hey, this is a thing, that's a thing. Oh, I have a back. And that can go over the line to endless texts about page 73 and all that kind of stuff. So I actually restrained myself from doing a lot of those things where I wrote things to you and then just took it off and made it into a note, or just told you now. Yeah. Right. What? As opposed to going to text it to you. Hey, did you know this thing? And I know I store up all my anger.
But you did text me about all that. You texted me about
I'm saying
my
there
back
would have been more.
I'm reading Sarno.
1/4 of the ones you could have had.
Okay.
That's a low dose. And every time, you know how I do it, I go, do people hate if I do this? They're going to really hate me. I mean, that's not the way you should do it, but you can. You should really just go. You are getting a little bit long in the tooth. No, you're getting a little. I know that part of me. I don't know if everybody has that part of them, but you kind of do. It's okay to regulate yourself in social situations. To go, okay, maybe you don't do that. I absolutely know that now that you don't do that.
No, I just don't know what we're talking about exactly.
Okay, if I'm conscious when I'm texting you to not overtext you.
Okay.
And you're probably not.
Not
because you don't overtext by nature.
I'm not a loquacious texter, no.
So this is the thing. It's always about me trying to make you more than me and putting you on a pedestal. And that's an unfair position for you, especially with your weak ankles. Huh? I'm glad we did that Sarno thing. I told you in the pre-interview.
Like I always say, there's so many great stories about the guy who stayed on the pedestal.
Hey, are we going to... And I take him out. Sometimes I have to oil his parts on the pedestal, but it's still great. When are we going to get to the grudge?
Do you want?
Were you going to intro that somehow?
I don't know. You've thrown me off with all this, Andy talk.
I
don't know that I really want to talk about you anymore.
Yeah, that's right. This is my image now. You've had 3 weeks off, right, Andy? You had 3 weeks off. You could have annoyed him. You could have gauged how much you were annoying him. You decided to go full. Hey, I'm saying words. Do you think you could save them? Okay. Well, okay. What were we just saying?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So here's my grudge.
Okay.
My grudge.
All
okay.
Right. We're retiring.
So explain, introduce the bit for people.
Well, as we spoke about before we left, this was just a concept. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, we talked about it on the air?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
and this will, this is trying to help unclutter your brain, essentially.
Yes, absolutely. It's to make me feel better as a person.
Yes. So, and I think, we have this could be because there's enough grudge inventory.
Yes.
We could ride this for a while.
This is not like I've run out of ideas like Phil Rosenthal used to go, I don't have any more ideas. Well, why don't you
go home and fight with your wife and tell me about it.
Yeah,
okay, all right. You got a grudge ready to go. Let's do it.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. I would like to, and here's the situation. To say that I'm letting my grudge go, I don't think that's just bullshit. I would like to I'm going to make an effort I'm letting my grudge go, and then seeing, I don't know.
See, if you're not ready to really let it go,
no, I don't
want it. I don't want it. Don't bring that shit. Don't bring that shit if it's just going to be a walkthrough.
Okay. Then I'll say it this way. Because of my OCD and because I don't trust myself as a person,
no, but here's the commitment you have to make. I'm not saying because we don't know if it'll actually go away, but here's the commitment you have to make it real. That next time you think about it, you have to then answer it with, no, I retired that grudge.
I think that's true. I think absolutely right. That's like a cognitive behavioral therapy.
Exactly.
So I thought this was a perfect person to start out with is I'm letting my grudge go against Keith Hernandez.
All right.
And this has affected my life
a lot. This is a Trump grudge?
Well, it's not so much a Trump grudge. He was a Tucker Carlson guy.
Okay.
But the idea was that he used to be one of my favorite players. He was on the 86 team. And I loved everything about him. He smoked in the dugout. And then I found out that he went on Tucker Carlson's show, basically said that he was a big fan of Tucker Carlson. And just all these right-wing things started to come out about, how he likes. I don't even know exactly what he said because it's hard to focus on it. But I just got so enraged at him. And the thing is, I don't even think it's that important to even illustrate the types of rage because it's the same thing all the time. When I have these grudges, I've decided he's not a person anymore, or he. It's not even this. It's really from my parents. Black and white. I like Jesse Jackson. You can't like Jesse Jackson because he was on the terrace when Martin Luther King got killed, and then he used that as a way of getting his own career going. But I like Jesse Jackson. No, you have to either have black and white feelings about these people. So, what are we talking about? What was the topic?
Grudges, Keith Hernandez.
Okay, so I don't know how I got off on that, but the point is. Oh, I know why. Because I hate his politics, right? So I mentioned that I hate his politics. So there's something in me that says you cannot like. This is built into me from my parents. You can't like someone. Either they're good. We've gone over this a million times. Either they're good or they're bad. Either they're good or they're bad. There's nothing. You can't say I have mixed feelings for him. I like some of the things Jesse Jackson did and some of the things I disagree. It's one or the other. And then what that does is it makes you, first of all, I can't enjoy what I think is the best announcing team. Of course, I'm prejudiced towards them, but Gary Cohn and Ron Darling and Keith Hernandez, I love the way they banter, and I love how Keith talks about baseball. So who am I helping by every time I see him, I remind myself that he has these horrible political views, and then I go into that thing of like, here's what it is. Someone like Dave Anthony will go, hey, I heard Andy watches the Met games and doesn't say anything about Keith Hernandez. That's all it is. Is that somebody else is it's like someone calling Biden a war criminal or whatever they were calling him, like the genocide Joe or whatever. It's like when how the people have been getting to like, when they get into that black and white, which is very much like Twitter is. It's like, oh yeah, you don't care about children getting genocided or whatever the thing is. And so I don't know how I got into that, but you see what I'm saying, and it's working very well so far, right?
Yeah.
What I'm talking about?
Yeah. I mean, it's not really what I was thinking of when I thought of grudges so much as, That just sounds like you're. Okay, it sounds more like you're doing something just so you can enjoy the Mets game a little more, as opposed to something that actually involved you and another person.
I can. Well, look, I have so many grudges.
Because this is just like, I'm going to stop hating blank. That's different.
Well, what essentially is a grudge then?
Well, a grudge is a holding on to anger about something that an interaction you had with somebody else.
I guess it means a lot to me because I'm a Mets fan, and it impacts me on a day-to-day basis. But I don't know. I'll have to come up with something else. I thought it was. I can't separate the different. It's like when I can't. I know what you're saying. It's like I can't separate the Adam Sandler grudges from this grudge. It's just a. But I think what you're saying is that you should try to start with something that's bigger.
Interpersonal rather than just you personalizing someone's behavior that had nothing to do with you.
It had nothing to do with me.
Like Keith Hernandez has never brought up Andy Kindler.
No, but you see, this is the thing. I think he is. This is the thing. I think he is going to bring me up. I think I could not meet Keith Hernandez right now because I would start yelling at him. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to cure that feeling. I'm trying to cure that feeling that invades every time I have, so that I don't have to think of people I think are great baseball players and only think of the grudge I have against them.
Yeah.
So to me, the theme is always the same. You try to let go of the anger towards the person almost always, right? Usually, like if it's Adam Sandler. You know what? We'll go back to the drawing board. I have to think more. You can't always hit a home run the first time out, Josh.
No, I know. And I don't mean to be discouraging of you releasing anger towards somebody.
No. I just felt this was a day-to-day thing since I watch every baseball game. If I practice this every single day, see, I don't understand the difference.
See, that's the thing is, it seems as if you've put it away. You've put it away to at least a reasonable point where you can still watch the game every day and call them the best announcing team.
I can, but
so
I'm
you're
not
just
really
mad at yourself for not.
Yes,
like you're selling yourself out just so you can enjoy the Mets, and if you get rid of that anger, you won't have that feeling anymore.
Yeah, all I'm telling you is that everything. It's all. I'll go over more grudges and figure it out, but they're all the same thing. What if Keith Hernandez finds out what I think about him? What if this is it? And so, like, there are some. First of all, I don't leave my house, so I don't know where I'm going to get personal things. So I have to go back to the bank, or we can go on to another.
I personally don't believe if you met Keith Hernandez that the first thing you do is rage against his politics. I think
of course I'm
such a big fan. I love the and I even like the smoking.
You'd say,
yeah, but what you're not understanding is where my pain is coming from. My pain is coming from not being able to be sincere. So, and that is because I was taught that you have to tell Keith Hernandez he did something wrong, but there's no reason to tell him. It's not right to tell him. It's not mature to tell him. So I'm saying that's just where the pain of it is. And I think I just will heighten the grudge part of it. And so it's like someone that it now affects my daily life, like from now to the end of the baseball season. But I can also practice on my own. I can pick something else. And I am going to, like you're saying, I'm already kind of doing that. I don't quite agree with you because I start to OCD in my head about, well, what if he meets you? What if he doesn't meet you? Or people on Twitter, what if they get mad at what you say? Right. This happens all the time. Someone on Twitter didn't like what I said.
All right. One might even start to think that Twitter is not a necessarily healthy place.
I'm beginning to think that Twitter is, Blue Sky, that's one thing.
I've had probably my most tweets in a week in the last couple of days.
And how have you been feeling?
Just as empty. But the good news is I don't go back and check them compulsively to see how they're doing.
There's nothing. It's just this nasty chapter in civilization's life will be at one point turned.
But I don't know. I guess I've just been. I've been grasping at straws for stimulation right now because I have content anhedonia right now. There's nothing that gives me joy right now. I can't.
What's the name of that disease?
Anhedonia.
What's that mean?
An inability to feel joy.
Oh my God. Wow. I'm sorry. Go on.
But it's just I don't want to fucking watch anything right now. I watch new movies, I watch old movies, I've tried series. I am not fucking interested. So
I think that's because I think it's because of what's going on in the world, and we're all nervous about it. Because I feel the same way. I would love to watch Double Indemnity, but then I don't want to watch Double Indemnity. I would love to watch a million true crime things. I don't want to watch any true crime thing. I don't want to watch anything. 60 Minutes. Nothing.
Yeah.
So this is a universal thing you're tapping into.
Maybe, although I don't really feel like it's based on anxiety about the world necessarily. But
what do you think it's based on?
I think it's just fucking bored.
Oh, you're bored. Okay, you're bored. Yeah, and I think that's another thing. Like sometimes I'll be walking around listening to a podcast and I'll say, I will never be bored my entire life. There's nothing but things I want to do. But then at another time, it'll be, I don't want to listen to anything. I don't want to see anything. Or just looking at a billboard of rookie cops. Your stomach starts to sink. But I used to think, well, Bruce Springsteen said there's a million channels and nothing's on. Well, there are things on now. But even if you had everything at your fingertips that you could, because it mostly would be, what do I want to watch now that will occupy me wonderfully?
Yeah.
It's just you can't go to that well all the time. That something about that well will say, go out into the park and smell a thing.
Yes.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable, right?
It is.
It's unbelievable.
That we came back to do more of
No,
this.
it is. No, you're right. Another thing is when you take a break like this, and then you see, you want to give a chance for the magic to reemerge.
Uh-huh.
And you can't do that. It's like doing that like who's like a atonal composer? Schopenhauer? No.
Schopenhauer? Really?
Is he? Well, who's an atonal guy?
John Cage.
Yeah, it's like a John Cage thing. At first we come back, we're making screeching sounds that are unpleasant. And 2 weeks from now, we'll be making other unpleasant sounds that are forgettable.
Right.
No, I think, first of all, I went very heavy with the fact that I was bloodied this week.
Yes.
And so I definitely...
I'm not asking you to troubleshoot. I'm just trying to, ease back in here. Did you watch the Olympics when they were on?
Yes, I did. I thought they were. I think I enjoyed almost everything. I watched everything, and I didn't do anything where I watched like a whole thing,
right?
Except for the NBA games; those were great.
Yes,
the games against France.
But the great thing about Olympic coverage is just that the art of it is, no matter what event it is, we're going to give you a little storyline. We're going to give you a little storyline that you can get some skin into the game. Somehow.
And it works.
And it works. It works
every time.
Yes, because they're not that long for the most part, the stuff.
Susan will go, why are you rooting for Bangladesh Shandebol? Are you kidding me?
Because the camera lingered on here for an extra 15 seconds as they were going down the line.
Well, not only that, they go and visit their family and all that kind of
something.
Stuff. Something like that happens.
Some kind of skin in the game.
And I think we can all celebrate that Mike Tirico is. Maybe it's like how much I got tired of the Bob Costas style, anchoring. I thought he was very relaxed, and I also, to me, it's unbelievable. I feel like I'm an ad guy. When all else fails, if you put Snoop Dogg in there, it will all of a sudden makes everything better. Every time they went to Snoop Dogg, he was with somebody in the stands who was celebrating. You can't look at Snoop Dogg and not say, I agree. I like squash. Now I can't think of one weird sport. The thing with the birdies.
Badminton.
The birdies back and forth. I used to, when I was a kid, watch almost everything you could watch.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I did it, or maybe I'm just exaggerating, but I watched all the boxing in the old days. Every boxing. I was fascinated because I love Muhammad Ali, so I watched every boxing. Teofilo Stevenson.
Well, and ABC Sports loved boxing.
Oh, right. Is that something I'm not?
No, that's just in the 70s. That's just kind of how it was. It's just like it's all Howard Cosell and boxing.
This is Howard Cosell.
Thing.
Have you heard my Howard Cosell impression?
No.
Tonight. How's it start?
I haven't heard. Like I said, I haven't heard your Howard Cosell impression. I have no idea.
Well, Tito. Here it is. Tito Fuentes. Tonight. We'll watch Tito for one. I can't even summon the energy that you need to imagine the character. That's how much I don't care about it. And I think it shows.
It's really coming through.
My general distaste.
I think you're already at physical therapy.
It was so funny to me. Such a terrible. It was such like. Can you imagine? He's not even thinking. His head's not in the game now. He's thinking about his physical therapy. I was thinking about, I can't cancel him. I'm not canceling anything. I'm just going to hobble around to everybody.
Yeah.
I almost fell down horribly the first time I left physical therapy.
Yeah.
Okay. So the theme for today is don't hate myself, but I say never again. Never again do I want to be bloodied on the street.
No. Have you considered a cane or a walking stick?
No, because the thing is, canes are only good if you have a specific thing that you're favoring. I'm walking normally.
They're good for steadying yourself as well, though.
Well, I'm not going to be walking anytime. I'm not going to be walking. I don't know how I'm going to fix it.
I mean, most of the time you can twirl it like Mr. Peanut, but, in those times that you're going over, you might want to get a third leg down.
I'm switching to the stationary bike for a few days a week.
That's good.
I see how that goes.
Maybe,
and I just don't have.
Maybe the park where there's grass you can fall onto.
That's another way. I mean, things like that where I know where I'm going, exactly how I'm getting there, and I'm not like listening to a new audiobook. And go, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that car doing that stupid thing. Those fucking cars. I'll just go around. Boom!
Yeah, let's get you in a bouncy castle, maybe.
We didn't have that. Did you have that? No. Did you? Yeah, you sure did.
No, not really. No.
How's
certainly not the show up at someone's house bouncy castle.
How is a bouncy castle not just something where you're juggling young people's bodies they're just all falling together.
Yeah, but they're bouncy.
Yeah,
and young people's bodies are bouncy as well.
Because of the gravity in there or something?
No, just it's all soft and air.
But your body.
You still go skull to skull, you're going to have a problem. But
how am I? If you and I are bouncing
just don't
in a
go.
Castle?
Yeah, we stay on separate sides of the castle.
This would be, first of all, if we were in a bouncy castle, that's how you do get arrested. Yes. Andy Kindler and comedian Jeff, claiming they were doing a bit for their show, were arrested at the home of Lorraine Resnick. And how do I went with Lorraine Resnick?
I don't know, but I liked it. Whenever someone has just something like that at the ready, I'm all on board.
Well, the problem is that I have some of those, but I have a lot of just ones that are just pre-planned, like Tito Fuentes.
Yeah, but Lorraine Resnick, not only a generic name, but Jewish.
A Jewish generic name, and it was absolutely based on two people that I know from my childhood. One whose last name was Resnick, and one whose first name was Lorraine.
I knew it. I knew it was going to be Lorraine.
I'm good. I'm like you're someone who you get the voice and you like if you're doing an impression, people go, oh, I know who that is. I'm like, what is he? I don't know what he's doing, but I don't like it. That's the difference.
Here's a good one. Here's Peter Lorre hanging up.
Am I on?
Yeah, all's good.
Oh, thank God. Wow.
Yeah.
That was stressful.
So much for our early start.
Well, we still have to do an early end because I have to be on the phone with them at like 9:30. We got time. What do we?
I'm not worried.
How much should we have to talk about?
It's not like I'm anxious to talk to you, especially with your makeup, full makeup.
Well, I'm going because he would like me to not look like I'm hurt.
No, I know, and you did a good job. I should say Susan did a good job of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
the makeup was apparent immediately when you came on, but I was also looking for the scars, so it's hard to say.
It's true. It's true. This was, I was ready to go au natural, but this is better this way. Who cares? I look great.
Like I said, she did a good job.
So, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Is that the way it works?
Thank you. It's so nice to be here.
How long have you been around?
I'm so glad you finally asked me to come on.
Hey, James Adomian wanted to come on the show, but I told him we don't have guests, but wouldn't that be good to have him on somehow? But then how do we arrange it?
I would have him on in a heartbeat.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's so cool.
In the case of James Adomian, I don't need you, really.
That's what I'm saying. So, okay, so if I contact him and say you're up for it, then we're good, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. I don't have any hard orthodoxies I need to stick to.
Well, the thing is, I believe James Adomian is one of those people who you hear the name and you're just so delighted and it's going to be fantastic.
I think it'll be good to bring someone else on to listen to you talk about yourself.
What? I'm working on my new. I want to be reactionary, but not completely reactionary. What? Yeah. Wait, well, people are saying
that's more comatose than reactionary. I think.
I heard someone yesterday on the radio say he messed up. Oh, it was a baseball announcer. He messed up himself. He goes, I think it's on Tuesday. Wait, what? To himself. Wait, what? That makes it worse.
By the way, is that set dressing or is that always there?
No, set dressing.
That's what I thought.
It's set dressing for the next show. Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus Christ. Fucking Phil Rosenthal calls you put on makeup and do a set. I get like slanted Batman villain with scars on his face.
Oh my God. Is that how I look to you? I think I look very I'm a presentable man. I think I'm presentable.
He toured as Dutch Angle for a while.
Is that a Dutch Angle joke?
Yes, it is.
Are you saying my angle is Dutch now?
It's not right now, no.
Oh, okay. Jesus, I don't even know what you're talking about. You're going past
geez,
me
there's something new.
Because of your documentary background, you're throwing all these terms at me. Double dip. Is that a documentary term? We're not double dipping, are we?
It is if you're renting your production equipment, then you're double dipping.
Right. Or do you think Otto Nemen's got a cut of things? Or okay, that was not good. All right, look.
All right,
I apologize.
Settle down, Mr. Makeup.
So I decided that I did find someone who would like to let a grudge go against, but I'm not ready to do it.
Okay. See, that's
okay. And that's you.
All right.
It's you.
Well, then we can just end the show and it'll be over. It'll be fine.
No. I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, imagine a life from my position. I thought it was a perfect thing. Now, I can't tell. Everything I come up with is genius, so I can't tell. But imagine my chagrin. The very first one, you go, no, that's not good.
I still don't buy the Keith Hernandez. Oh, he really bothers me, and now I'm going to say he doesn't.
I can't believe you've turned this grudge thing into a challenge.
It is a challenge. It is. It's an emotional challenge.
Okay. Well, I keep going over people that I should let go of.
Just start with childhood. You got 60-some years of grudges to fucking...
Yeah, but childhood?
Yeah.
I don't think I have grudges. I think I'm very...
many grudges from childhood.
From childhood?
Yeah, well,
Get out of here.
Your parents aside.
Okay, I'll think more like that. I mean, I know Richard Yesenda. I guess I let my grudge against Richard Yesenda go, who beat me up once or something.
Go. See, maybe he was having troubles at home. Maybe you can find some empathy from 6-year-old.
Well,
Andy.
Richard, I'm not going to say his real name. Does it matter if I just said his real name?
Kind of sounds like you said it 3 times so far.
Well, he was a good friend. He was a friend, but I'll never forget when Kennedy, RFK was shot in '68, and we were all talking about it in school. And I remember Richard Yesenda, his mother said, "If he survives, I'm not going to vote for him." And so I only, in other words, he was alive a little while. I think he was brain dead in the hospital or something like that. But I just thought that was a weird place to go, the first place to go. I'm not voting for him now.
Yeah.
Because he was running. He was about to win. Can you put yourself back into June 1968?
I can't. I literally cannot.
Ed Krasner used to go, now let's go on to Chicago and let's win there. He said before he got... Look, it's long enough. First of all, what's up with Sirhan? Come on, give me Sirhan material. All he needed was a third name.
I can't.
He almost got released. That goddamn Gavin Newsom interceded.
Yeah. Good move, I think.
What, to not let him out?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure, and I'm very progressive. I'm a progressive man. I have progressive insurance. I didn't even want. I think Hinckley's out.
Hinckley's out. He's doing.
Yeah, I didn't want him out.
He's making music now, but he didn't.
Is it good music?
Huh?
Is it good music?
Well, I don't know. I only have the first 3 albums.
When
it comes to Hinckley, I like his old stuff, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. The Jodie Foster stuff. See, the thing is this.
I did think that the punk band Jodie Foster's Army was a funny name in its day.
Jodie Foster's Army?
Yes.
But here's the thing. If they let Mark David Chapman out, I think I would go right to the place and do something bad. No, I wouldn't. I'm very nonviolent.
I don't
you see me? What do I care?
Being your method.
Okay, I'll let
You're
my
more of a word assassin.
Maybe I can't.
Shame
let my
on you.
I let my anger at Mark David Chapman go. I forgive him. How about that? I forgive him.
Okay,
he's supposed to do that.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a real grudge release once again.
But if they had let him out, it would have been. But they're not going to. I don't believe.
Mark David Chapman. I don't know.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
Imagine your whole life. Here's the sad thing about it. You know, I love John Lennon.
I'm not tapped into the parolee odds really right now.
He's not getting out. What do I know? But here's the thing: the way it works in terms of Mark, something like Mark Chapman. It's like imagine. From his side, he was Mark Chapman, and now he has to deal with Mark David Chapman every day.
It's true.
And you know why they had? Because he's Mark David Chapman because there was already a Mark Chapman in the Murderers Guild. His name was Lee Harvey Oswald because there was already Lee Oswald in the Murderers Guild.
It's a good joke. It's an insider joke, but it's a good joke.
I know when
As J. Elvis Weinstein, I especially can relate.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's right. Maybe that's why you laughed harder.
It might
because you related to the joke.
I personalized it immediately.
That's the way humor works.
Expressly into my funny bone.
So my physical therapist said to me... One of the things
that's weird, just on this middle name topic, is that I'll watch a doc about something from the 60s, and you'll occasionally see someone refer to him as just Martin King.
Oh, that's really odd. Yeah.
It's really weird.
I thought he was Martin Luther King more from the preaching side.
Well, I mean, that was the name that he went by, but some people did just refer to him as Martin King, and it was
right.
No, I never heard anyone go, "Hey, Marty King." No one ever did that. But
that sounds like something that the kid's face in the picture would say. Yeah, I was working with Marty King
down in Atlanta with Marty King. Am I glad I left early? You bet I am.
Am I glad I don't like to check? Am I glad I don't like to walk out in the balcony? Yes. Okay, that's okay. I am now going to let my parents' grudge against Jesse Jackson go.
Is this like a Mormon thing? You can let dead people's grudges go? All right.
I just thought it was no, maybe I forgive them for their grudge.
Yeah.
Is that better? Okay, yeah. I'll take it back to the workshop.
You can forgive them for passing on their grudge to you somehow, but
where are your new departments that you're working on? Where's Josh's thought of the week? Josh's recipe of the week, you son of a bitch.
My thing is find a weakness here.
Is that like you're perfect kind of?
Yeah, exactly.
In a way?
Exactly.
Not just in a way, in every way.
In every way. I can find.
I'm a big... okay, when I go to Phil, is it okay that I'm hearing him back? It's okay then, right?
What do you mean?
So I don't have to have these on. I'm just hearing him back in the...
Oh, you mean just talk through your laptop with no mics and no... You'll have... If you're using your mic and no earphones, you're probably going to have a problem.
Oh, how come? Should I just get rid of both of them?
That's an option.
Oh, okay.
And
maybe I'd look better then.
Yeah, it'll look better and use your... let them deal with your audio.
Lose the microphone, he says.
I mean, if it works, it works, but...
Yeah, but you think it might sound weird.
It could sound weird, yeah.
Oh, and why is that from the this to there?
Yeah,
this to there?
Just from what you're... I don't know what their setup is, so...
Don't you watch somebody feeds Phil?
Let them talk you through it. How about that?
No, I want to take more time from our section.
Okay, good.
Okay. So how do you think I'll do today? Like that kind of conversation. How do you think I do?
Is this the same lunch show you were on before?
No. The show I was on before was a radio show that he does. I don't know if it's still called Somebody Feeds Phil, the podcast. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I did this is for his show where he's actually, and he's in a different country now. I don't know where he is. I didn't because I'm so self-involved.
Where in the world is Phil Rosenthal? Is
that type of thing.
Yeah.
But I watched a couple of the episodes of the show. He enjoys food. I think I would be dead 2 episodes in because it's too spicy.
I know.
The stuff's too spicy, right?
Yes. You are not.
He's going the other way with it. Him and his son Ben, they actually go all the way to the top hot sauce.
Yeah.
They go to the last I don't know if it was Jerry rigged.
Did they do hot ones? Is that what you're saying?
They were doing hot chicken.
No, but with... Like on the show, or did they appear
on the show? They were going to a hot chicken place.
Okay.
And it was in Nashville or something. I forget where it was.
That'd be the place to have hot chicken, yes.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, but can you have let's say he said, just for the contest today, Josh.
Yeah.
Can you have the super hot?
I could handle it, but I don't like it. But,
they put gloves on.
But yeah, I never order that kind of shit, but I will order, if there's like a spicy chicken thing and it's like medium hot, very hot.
Right.
I'll order the hot.
Oh.
But not, but I won't ever order the top level.
Yeah, but you're still, that's to me is what a mensch, food mensch or something you are. Is that good for your digestion, do you think? It seems a little bit spicy.
There was a very marked change in me after I went to Asia, where I came back liking spice even more for some reason.
I think that's very cool, but I think it's an age thing with me. It's definitely an age thing with me. I could, as a younger man, still not do anything.
I see. I think it's an age thing with me, but the opposite way. Like, I think enough taste buds have died off that I can now handle the spicier things.
See, as a Jew, I say to myself, as you're going to get sensitive, the older you get, you don't need it. It's going to hurt you. But the other people say,
please stop saying as a Jew and just say as a giant pussy instead.
Oh boy! Do you have to turn it into a masculine thing?
No, I meant pusillanimous. Thank you.
Oh, your face there was, I'd never seen a face. That was like self-satisfied.
That's my douchebag face. It's my male Karen face.
You don't do that to your wife, do you?
Never.
Nice going.
Never. Occasionally when I call her professor, I'll make that face, but.
When did the professor arguments happen?
Nothing. It was just now that when she became one.
Oh, I see. But I thought maybe in an argument you could use that against her.
I told her then I will only address you as professor in a derisive way.
I'm listening to Moon Zappa's book. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. Now you might have thought, that's an ideal situation. Frank Zappa as your father.
Yes.
It was not an ideal situation, but she's such a great writer. I mean, I love the book she did before, which was a kind of she fictionalized some of her stuff.
Yeah.
But Frank Zappa was a little bit self-absorbed. He was a little bit. It was all about Frank Zappa.
Yeah.
With him.
Yeah.
But actually the wife.
And it was all about Frank Zappa with Gail too. So.
Yes, but like he was sleeping with people and that kind of stuff.
No, he was an asshole. He was a giant.
He really was an asshole.
I've known that for years. And he's one of those guys where it's a weird thing where, sometimes you like separate the art from the artist, but I don't even really like the art that much. Like the art is such an extension of his personality, the inaccessibility of it,
Right.
That it just becomes like an extension of him being an asshole in some way to me, a lot of his music.
Well, I never listened to the guitar things. I mean, I don't even know Verlaine. I know Verlaine. I don't know the Rambo. It's not Rambo. It's something else. It's Oscar de la Renta. Come on. It's a guy that he likes. Jeff Valdez, the comedian from Colorado. No, the point is that for example, but it's a fascinating thing about how she was at school and she saw these kids who were Valley girls, and she just has an incredible ear for voices, and she's always had an incredible ear. So she goes home and she's making fun of them. He loves it.
Right.
He loves it.
Then she knocks on the door of his thing and says, I want to work with you, and she has her do the Valley Girl thing. Hit record, biggest record of his career.
No, you don't have to turn it into DJ. You sound like Jed the Fish now. No, no, you're not Jed the Fish because you love Jed the Fish. But the more you tell me what it was like growing up with Zappa. How was it to grow up Zappa? Was it crazy? Was it always crazy? She hated. So what happened was she had to go and promote it, and she hated promoting it.
Right.
She hated it. She just felt like she was a monkey.
Right.
And she had to do the voice. She had to do the 3 stories. But no, here's where I think I suffer from some kind of star problem. I see Frank Zappa. First of all, I never got into the guitar stuff. I just like the kind of funnier songs and Freaks and a couple of funny songs like that.
That's kind of how I am.
Right? So I never got that much into it. But the thing about it is that I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know.
No, I'll get it back.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but he wasn't nice. In other words, I thought of him as he's saying funny things in his songs, so he's probably funny at home. But he's not, that's what I'm saying. He's not like, they did love it when he was in town because Gail was miserable all the time.
Right.
All the time. So he was the like my daddy when he would come home. But he, once she's on an airplane and they have terrible turbulence, and she goes, Daddy, I'm scared. He goes, just don't worry about it. Just forget about it. Just put something over your head.
Right. Probably, and here's how askew their life is. Probably the best decision they made was hiring Pamela Des Barres as their nanny.
She loved Pamela Des Barres.
Pamela Des Barres is a lovely woman who's nurturing and caring. So
yes, she said she does a whole section
That's probably
about
the best thing they ever did.
Absolutely, she goes. We loved Pamela. She says a number of names, and some of them they're in GTO.
The GTOs.
The GTOs. So that's his mother's name, but he goes. She was always friendly. She was always happy. She was always loving to us.
Yes.
So she made a very, very good. And
I have weird connections because I have a weird it's like a Kindler hesitation because Zappa was a huge Mystery Science Theater fan.
I didn't know that. So you're in a way talking out of school,
right? And then Gail, 2 months before she died, came to my Des Barres movie premiere, and she fucking loved it, over the top loved it, couldn't.
How was her health then?
It was suffering. But,
yeah,
but. She was out at least, but it was literally probably 2 months before she died.
Wow. So, you taking out all the things you said?
Huh?
You taking out everything you said about Frank Zappa?
No, I'm just saying that I have that conflicted thing where I've actually gotten good vibes from these people, and yet I know that they're unpleasant people.
Well, let me tell you this though. Not to you drop some names. I'll drop some names too. I used to hang around with Moon when she used to do alternative comedy. Moon
she was
has
dating
always
Rob Cohn back then, right?
Moon has always been the most friendliest person I've ever. And here's why: because her family wasn't. Because Frank wasn't. He was always so mean to everybody that she hated the way it felt when he would be mean to people or they would be mean to him. So she actually is not forced, but she had to be kind of nice. That's the way she became very disturbed by the constant flippancy and everything.
Yeah.
And of course she says I'm not talking out of school. It's in the book, as her mother says, Frank doesn't love me anymore. And she says, I love you. I love you. Doesn't have any effect. But, and the thing is, not to make the whole thing about Zappa, but, then the thing that happens afterwards where they have all of that, the mother really, reached into death to hound them by changing the will.
Yeah.
She changes the will.
She changed the will. She puts them against each other. She sues her kid for using Frank's music. It's just
And now Ahmet will never speak to Dweezil again. He will never speak, or is it Dweezil will never speak to Ahmet again?
I think it's that way.
Yes, it is that way. And of course, I still am upset. My feelings were hurt. Not feelings were I thought his name was Ahmed. Now I know that he's named after Ahmet Erdogan. Is who he's named. I know I do too much about the Zappas now, but I called him Ahmed. Remember, did you ever experience when they had that comedy radio?
Andy, when he reads a book, get me, I'm an expert now.
You think I should go on the shows now and talk about? I read that I'm almost all the way through the physics book, the theoretical physics.
Take me to NASA.
No, I think I should be the funniest, the best informed comic. All right, that was enough of that shit.
Ouch.
And talk about ouch. My physical therapist said to me, Michaela, she said to me
she
as I was...
you Michaela? That's weird.
I thought that was odd. My physical therapist told me as I was leaving, don't fall down. Don't fall down.
Yeah, that's speaking it into existence. I like it.
But my physical therapist was also able to explain things to me that I never understood before. She said, first of all, okay, there's three ways that you walk, I guess. There's three ways that you're able to walk.
Okay.
It's vision.
Uh-huh.
Vision is one.
Uh-huh.
Inner ear, something to do with the inner ear, balance, equilibrium. And then the third one is feeling.
Uh-huh.
Feeling with your actual feet.
Connecting.
And your feet with the brain, right? And she said, she'd say to you too, you're already not good with sight. I said, well, I'm corrected. She's all of a sudden, no, you already have a problem because you don't have 20/20 vision, is what she's saying to me. And then she said to me, you're also not an attractive man. She goes, I have a lot of
2 strikes. 2 strikes against you.
Well, she said to me, and I thought this was rude. She goes, I have another 67-year-old man. He looks fine, and he's not creepy like you.
Right.
So I felt weird about that.
Right.
I want the listeners to know that never happened. Will you please tell them?
No, I will not. I'm just the yes and guy.
The grudge against Richard just now. Next week, the grudge against the people who mugged me when I left hair. See, those aren't grudges.
That's a legitimate grudge.
No, I only know who they were.
Right. That doesn't require forgiveness. Is my point.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying, I see. You know, maybe we should meet. I'm not being funny. We should meet and do a couple of little, like writers' gym.
Right.
We get into. How do you do it when you do the writers' gym?
Grudge storm.
I just want to say one more thing.
By the way, writers' rooms are where I form grudges.
That's the best place to pick up a grudge.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. You told me this Roseanne. Just listen to her because she's got stuff to say.
Yeah.
But this Roseanne, every once in a while, I look back and see Roseanne is not just off the charts. She's like disinfo, misinfo, all the Alex. Who's the guy? The hideous Alex Jones guy. It's all of it.
Are you talking
she
about
actually,
Alex Jones, the Alex Jones guy?
She believes. Yes, okay. She believes it now.
Yeah.
I think she does believe it to the extent that she's capable of comprehension.
Yeah, there's this thing that happens like that where it's just like a feedback loop, I think. Where if you're a narcissist like that, it's like, you just go where you're going to get the best vibes back at you. And so,
right.
And so, it's like she finally found the people who will give her positive feedback.
Man.
And once she starts eating that chowder, that's the whole diet.
I find it harder and harder to like her again, like her old stuff even. No, to like her old stuff. I used to love the old show, and I used to love her as a comedian. It's like that ship is now sailed.
Yeah.
I can't look back at the old Tonight Show and go, I'm a domestic goddess. I'm not going to laugh at that.
Probably not, no.
I do like Tom Arnold, though. I don't know why I said that, but I like Tom Arnold. And I know that you, Tom Arnold, who would have thought at the beginning of all this that Tom Arnold would be the voice of reason?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that, but I do know that. Tom. I have known Tom the whole journey.
Yes.
From pre-Roseanne to now.
Right.
And he actually has grown as a human being.
I think you're absolutely right.
Let's just say he had massive potential for growth back in the day, just because he was such a fucking idiot. But
was he mean back then, or never mean?
No, but he was hilarious mean.
That's good.
He was funny mean, but he was absolutely mean as shit. Yeah.
And the Bill Pentland was supposed to be funny too. Bill, I'm not.
Yeah, I've never met him, but I've heard people I know who know him seem to like him.
And Roseanne's kids are kind of cool, except for the one kid who's kind of like managing her trip to the right.
Yeah.
I
don't know what her current scene is.
Come on. You want me to give you the addresses?
Last I saw her, she was standing there listening to fucking RFK's Bear story. So,
and to her credit, she did not look like she was interested in that story.
She was wondering where it was going. She was wondering where it was going, for sure.
Well, she couldn't. First of all, I don't care. I think even Hitler would have been put off by that story. And I'm no fan of Hitler.
More than the sawing off the whale's head, though?
Okay, can you explain to me what the whale's? I don't. Oh, the whale's head is sitting on top of the car and dripping down.
Dead whale on the beach. He chainsawed the head off, stuck it on the roof of his car, and drove it home.
And then so his kids had. First of all, who would even have to? I want to tell you, I could live to 3 million years old, and I would never even say to you, Josh, is it legal? I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but if I find a dead whale, I assume I can do anything I want to it, like cut it up.
No, it turns out no.
And then his kids, I heard, had to have a hat so the whale drippings wouldn't put a plastic bag over their head.
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know why you keep defending Cheryl Hines. I don't know why, because you like her. Imagine really thinking you're going to take over the world. I mean, that's social climbing, not done the right way.
That's anti-social climbing.
But it's just like someone should have said to her, go for, there's got to be some kind of Kennedy. If it has to be Kennedy.
Well, I mean, it's like she had the same reaction as Trump when he endorsed him. It's like, it's just so great to have a Kennedy next to me. The rest of the shit doesn't matter.
Wait, what has she said since then?
She has said nothing other
nothing,
than
nothing.
Thanks for the support during the campaign, kind of.
It was quite a ride. That's what she said. It was quite a ride.
From the entrails to the campaign trails.
But in her mind, here's how self-absorbed she is. I bet she said this a million times. I think he would actually be a good president if he happens. I think I don't agree with him on any issue.
Yeah. I have no idea if she agrees with him on any issue. She's a fucking Nazi. I don't have no idea.
No, because this is what she got in trouble with. She said this cracked me up. He goes, they were mad as hornets. He's talking about Cheryl and her friends. They were mad as hornets. Isn't that a disturbing thing to say about anything? He's like, they were all yelling on the phone about his abortion problem. You know, how he was like, he said 3 months or something like, okay, let's just say 3 months and then there's none.
I don't know.
Okay, his abortion. He used to be pro-choice. Then he said he's with the no more after a certain period of time. And then he had to take that back because his wife got upset and his friends. I guess, you know what?
That makes you seem like a strong candidate.
I just can't believe how much it mirrors Succession. It's so much like Succession when the brother because he ran for president. One of the brothers in Succession. This is the exact same thing. And he trades his 5%. And it's exactly the same thing. Why can't except the guy who played that role is more coherent than. That's the thing I don't get about Kennedy. His voice, God bless him, it's not his fault, but his voice does not draw you in.
It does not. I mean, it worked for Katharine Hepburn in her 80s, but it doesn't work for him.
His is a little bit too dysphony-ish. Is that the right word?
No.
Why? Why? Oh, here's my Christopher Walken. Why?
No, it's not. Don't tell people that's your Christopher Walken. Have it be something else.
I can't wait to get on the phone with James Adomian and tell him. And by the way, I'm sure he'll say, because he has an album coming out.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's good. Then he'll feel like he has a reason to be on here after 5 minutes.
What should we do? Should we meet over at your house? Or something like that? Or what do you think?
We can Zoom
it. No, we can Zoom it. We can Zoom it. Yeah. What is the matter with me? First of all, I have no... no, don't
I'm sorry.
Elaborate.
I'm getting out my log.
Would that be a log of all the horrible things about me, kind of? Or just annoying things?
Yes.
Well,
like that lip pop you do.
I'm just so glad that I'm alive. I really do think I'm glad that I'm alive. I don't think you realize, certainly didn't get any gift baskets. I certainly didn't get any, did I say gift baskets? No flower arrangements. I almost bought the farm, Josh. And that's how you react? Bought the farm.
I almost sent you an assortment of helmets.
The thing that I think is delightful about you is that you're playing, it's like, other people might take it hard, but to me, I'm a moron. What am I going to do? I'm not really a moron, right?
Right. Very smart. Very smart.
That part, that used to be different when you first used that argument. It used to be like, no.
That was when I thought you needed boosting up. And then I realized it's dangerous to boost you up because you become a tyrant immediately as soon as your self-esteem fills out.
Isn't that true? That's the sad part. Why is that? I think people would want to know, why is that?
I think you'll blame your parents.
Look, I just want to say, if I've said anything about what it'd be like? This would be hell for you, but it would be hell for me too if I had to listen to. It's not even that I'm saying they're bad shows, but just listening to me go through my various growth things or semi-growth things during the show. Too painful. Have you listened back? No, of course not.
Of course I have, to every single fucking episode, yes.
No, while you're doing it, though. But you don't go back. You don't take a boom box to the beach with you.
I'm not going to take a third dip, no.
And I also want to say, if I can say to you, and again, to have more of an argument about it and to have more of an adversarial position about watching The Sopranos the second time, I just want to say that you were wrong saying there's no, it's absolutely one of the greatest things to do is to watch The Sopranos again. And I want you to apologize.
I will not apologize because I took no position against it.
You said to me, with all the things out there you could see, you're going to go rewatch The Sopranos.
No, it was because your contention was that there's literally nothing else to watch.
I probably was making that
was what I was
argument.
pushing back on, yeah.
And then when we had that argument about, I can't think of that HBO show with the guy who was on Scrubs eventually. What was that HBO show? Maybe it wasn't the show. That guy with the... It was like movie scenes from movies, and he would be inserted in the scene from the movie. Later, he became the forgettable actor on Scrubs.
Boy, I don't know.
I thought this is way back. Right after the merge with the Hot Channel. This is way back then during the Alan Havey show. Do we have questions? Do you think, or
we have a
or
few.
We're not?
We have a few.
Okay. But if you're not done,
oh no,
I guess
no.
I have like a hard
Please
out at 9:15.
say no more.
I have a hard out
no,
at 9:15.
say no more. It's time for questions. What do you want to know? We love your questions so much. It's half our show. Half our show. Dana Schwartz just went Kamala.
Oh, is he? What's he mean? Kamala.
There you go. It's just comma and la, just like the little nieces.
Got it.
And
That's
we're
the
with
whole
you.
thing?
We're with you. Yeah, it's a campaign thing.
Yeah, I want Kamala so bad. It's going to happen, I think.
Did you watch her interview last night?
No. How was it? I haven't seen it yet.
It was good.
You have concerns?
I have no concerns.
Yeah.
No.
But you're concerned about the people, the American people.
Yes.
How they'll be saying, yeah.
I didn't have a problem with her, making $500 million and getting a nomination over the last month and not doing an interview. So I thought she did fine. It was actually Tim Walz who didn't play that great, I thought.
How come?
Just because he doesn't have great answers for the attack bullshit that he could put it to bed more easily, I think. But
he might get better too, because I think
he will. But the other thing about his personality is, as genial and supportive as he is to Kamala, he was also a governor. So there's a certain chief executive bone
attitude
in him too.
Yeah.
But I like them both, and glad to have another Minnesota vice president. Minnesota, where you can grow up to be vice president.
That's not a bad state. That's not a bad motto for the state.
No. Stank Boot says, "Welcome back, gents. How's Andy handling the Cameo debacle?"
What happened with Cameo?
I don't know. Just I think news that it's suffering and dying.
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah.
Well, what? Okay, all I care about now. Where am I going to go next?
The article I read yesterday was basically they're losing all their actual cool people.
Why though? To other people? To other things?
No, I think just because it's
just
over.
over.
It's over. Yeah.
Do you think it's over, or should I just keep booking them?
Well, I think if I don't think you're in the reputational hit category.
Me, because I got my price up to 65. I think it's like
there you go.
Reasonable.
That's above the Dignity Mendoza line.
Have you ever been over the John Mendoza line?
Yeah, that's $35 on Cameo.
How come I don't know? I should at least be up with the news so I can respond to the questions better.
Yeah, well, they do print out certain stories about things in the world in a thing called
a
newspaper.
I get that place. I went that news. Donald Trump Jr. approved news. That's what I
good.
want.
That's good. The DJT Gazette.
I have Jimmy Kimmel emailing me, and people like John Hamm has been emailing me.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
very excited about it.
929 retweeted a question that says, what are the limits of the human mind?
Oh. Well, we wouldn't know.
We won't know. Yeah, we can't
exactly.
know. We can't
Yeah,
know.
because our mind can't. We're but a small, infinitesimal pimple on a thing.
A pimple? Really?
No, I started this wrong. Couldn't save it.
An infinitesimal pimple isn't really a problem, is it?
Boy, you get me every goddamn time. Every goddamn time you nail me.
Just because of my perfection again.
It's unbelievable. You're like Edwin Newman with a personality.
I'm like a rhetorical goalie.
You're like a guy on steroids who took more steroids.
And then some crack. BD West says, guys, rapid fire. Oswald or Gaffigan?
I like both of them.
No, you have to choose, I'm afraid.
I can't choose. Wait, okay. I will go.
I'm going Patton, I'll tell you right now.
I'll go Patton, too.
Yeah. If you just go best hour.
I mean, they're both funny people, so let's not kid ourselves.
No doubt.
Let's not kid ourselves.
Oh, no
I
doubt.
Don't
this isn't
yourself.
like a Zappa situation where we're just going to talk shit about them. L Black. I'm going to assume Lewis Black or Pepitone. Pepitone for me.
Yeah, Pepitone. Absolutely.
Alan Arkin or Charles Grodin?
I like them both.
I'm going to go Arkin just because he did it more.
He had more range.
Yeah. Russell Brand or a cup of edible termites?
Cup of edible termites.
Joe Rogan.
Well, because can they hurt you once you they're just food, right? They're not going to like start to
edible. Yeah.
They're not going to hollow you out.
Probably not.
Okay.
No. Joe Rogan or 3 Nights on Skid Row?
Well, 3 Nights on Skid Row.
I don't know what we're doing with Joe Rogan in this situation either. Really.
Yeah, it seems like you're mixing metaphors.
Yeah, I think that's the joke. That's the comedy factor. Bill Maher or a glass of treated sewer water? Again, he's mitigating it so it's easy to treated sewer water. It's treated.
That's right. Wait, do you
just
have
like the edible termites? It's like
if you have to drink the sewer water, though, I don't know. I might watch Bill Maher.
It's treated.
What is treated sewer water? You're saying is that what I'm drinking out of the tap now?
That's what you will eventually be drinking out of the tap. Yes.
Why couldn't they come up with a better system of the water?
Bill O'Reilly and Jon Stewart or goat fuck? That's just got lazy.
Okay, it's like, why does he get silly at the end of the quiz? I liked it at the beginning.
Stephen Chaotic Neutral says, hey guys, I'm considering hosting an election night watch party at the bar I host trivia at. One idea was to have themed snacks. Trump, Cheetos. Harris, coconut chips. I still don't know if that's racist, he says. RFK Jr. was going to be either gummy bears or gummy worms.
I think all I'm thinking about is how badly those parties are if the person doesn't win.
I was at a big 2016 party, and it was the most hilarious Mary Tyler Moore style party of all time. Just watching the glee go to total despair.
And were you despair? You must have been in despair too, right?
Oh yeah. I was deeply in shock, but I was also sort of amused by the entropy of the whole evening too.
That's what makes you. That's why you're a comedian. You're a commenter on the
I can
human
be inside
condition.
and outside at the same time.
That's why you're good in different things. That's why you're a Toastmaster or also
also a postmaster.
True. Hey, how about the Toastmaster General? Go ahead. Sorry.
Stephen Elton Yates. Are good.
Or who? No,
we're back.
These are not comparisons.
Stephen Elton Yates says, gents, I'm working at my Greek Orthodox Church festival this weekend. Attached is the menu. What would you order if you were attending? Okay. This is from a restaurant called the Odyssey, it appears. So
that's a bad name for restaurants.
Not if it's Greek.
You know what's good though? The Iliad. That's a good place.
Yeah, like you're joking. You're putting a hat on a hat there, my friend. Pork souvlaki, lamb souvlaki, chicken souvlaki. This is served with a rice pilaf, a tossed salad, and a roll. Moussaka, petizio, plaki, spanakopita, tiropita.
I like moussaka. Have you had moussaka? That's the one with the potatoes and the ground beef.
That's the eggplant and ground beef.
eggplant ground beef. They're all, what a wonderful, who even cares about the religion at this point? Just go for the food.
I'd probably go with a lamb souvlaki and spanakopita.
Well, here's the thing about souvlaki. Is souvlaki means that it's not a different type of meat? Like the more from the spit?
The souvlaki is the sort of skewered meat. So,
yeah, I don't like that as much as give me a...
Give you what?
Give me like filet, or give me lamb, or something like that. I don't know what I'm saying. Wow. You know what? I don't feel good. Oh. Josh, I got a tummy. My tummy hurts. Don't yell at me.
Oh, I don't feel good. Oh. Dave Campbell, Alfalfa Male, says, I just listened to Test Show 1 again, and I have questions. Did Andy ever start his anti-atheist blog? No, he didn't.
No.
Did Jelvis ever write his play S-Town, sequel to R-Town? That was a clever little
I like that one.
Can we still get the show on colored vinyl? Funny Andy in the early days. There you go.
That was very funny.
How is Andy? And then number 4, how is Andy handling the fame?
It never came, right?
Oh, ouch. But he's still in makeup. He's sitting at home in makeup.
Hey, who do I look like right now? Hello.
You do look like Larry King. You look a
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, really for the entire hour. It's Adolf Hitler is with me tonight.
It's just because the shadows look like you're wearing suspenders.
Suspenders. It's so good. And I have a very long, like a Jewish type of look with this thing. Hello.
With makeup.
Hello. He's like my grandfather when my grandfather was still in the plumbing business, and we just would get on the phones and he'd go, hello, and disconnect everybody. That's like Larry King was. And he was very moody. What's your question? I have a comment, Larry. You're not telling your fucking comment on my show. Go to the comment show then. You need to have a question. What's your question?
You kind of lost the impression thread there. So.
Oh, stop me. People are delighted by me.
I hope so. And finally, question-wise.
What do you mean? You say that finally like you have a whole other segment of the show. Like then we go into a round or something?
Are you done?
Yes, I'm sorry.
NLP says, welcome back, guys. I missed your humor and laughter in my life. Let me give that a better read.
Let me hear it.
Welcome back, guys. I missed your humor and laughter in my life. I'm making my way through the archive, and I want Spiralers to know that show 180, October 2020, has some golden bits, for example, Wizard of Oz, but the apprehension over that upcoming election is all too familiar.
Yeah, I wonder if that makes you like not even very hard to listen because you're going, oh my God, what's going to happen? Or is it more like charming? Oh, remember when we thought we didn't know?
I think people can go back and enjoy our hilariously bad takes, our awful predictions of the future, things like that.
Did we think that Biden could win? I guess we did.
I think we hoped he could win, but I'm sure we were nervous at the time.
I'm very nervous. I heard he didn't win, according to Trump. He did not win.
What?
Trump said.
I have not heard of this. Well, Andy, we're back.
I think we're back. And I want to apologize right off the top for making fun of the fact that I came up with a grudge. I worked on it for many hours, and then you just, you spit in my face. I'm going to apologize. For you?
For me,
for
or your
you?
shitty grudge that you came up with?
For the grudge.
Okay.
Let's go for the grudge.
Right.
If you're in the Utah area, come see me. I will be promoting my new book, John Tester Days, and I'll be in Montana. I'm worried about John Tester. Here's my thing.
Yeah.
Donate to people like John Tester or the woman in Las Vegas, the Nevada lady.
Rosen?
No, Mazzio or the actual governor or the senator to these, or Kuntz. Give money to Kuntz, who's going up against Josh Hawley. That's my new thing. Just, why don't you... Obviously, I can't talk for longer than an hour without it being drivel.
Yeah, getting into Andy's campaign playbook.
How can people contribute to our show?
Yeah, fuck Kuntz. Go to buymeacoffee.com/thought spiral.
No, and we're going to get 2%. 1% goes back.
Go to buymeacoffee.com/thought spiral. 8 times match.
You know what? I don't feel good.